What's going on, everybody? Welcome back once again to the DC Show. It's your boy T McNeil. So guys, I want to talk to y'all about some retro OG classic Air Jordans that's supposed to be I guess re-releasing sometime this year in 2020. I was going to say 2019, man, but gotta remember it's now 2020. And like I said, the classics from 2000 and 2001. Okay, guys. Now what I'm talking about is the Air Jordan Showcase. Okay, guys, from back, we talking about 19, 20 years ago. And what is cool about these shoes is the fact that they did decide to keep them very retro. They kept them very old school. On top of that, a lot of the materials and a lot of the style, if you guys are familiar with these particular shoes, have been transferred basically into the 20th century. And I say 20th century because these joints is old, okay? But a lot of times, guys, I will say that, you know, when you start to incorporate a lot of the old school elements or bringing a lot of old school styles and appeals from back in the day to the current day, sometimes it's not a good thing, okay? Because it makes the shoes or makes anything that they're incorporating look dated, okay? So I'm not sure how I feel about these joints, but I definitely will get you guys' thoughts and opinions on them. As far as the Air Jordan Team Showcase, the price point, they do have that available right now. They're going for about $140. Obviously, I don't remember how much they cost back in the day. We're talking about 20 years ago. The release date or release window has not yet been revealed, so just make sure that y'all stay tuned and keep it locked right here at the DC Show, and the brother got you, okay? But because they're already being announced, I'm pretty sure at this point, you know, you're going to get more information on them. That price point will be revealed. Will they sell out? It remains to be seen. Like I always tell you guys, you know, one thing about certain shoes, it all depends on the person's style and the person's taste, okay? And not only that, but how they feeling that day, what type of outfit you want to rock, etc., okay? So with shoes like this, sometimes you don't expect them to sell out, and they do sell out, okay? And the ones that you think is going to sell out end up not, okay? They just sitting on the shelf, all right? So as far as what the shoes actually look like, man, beside the thumbnail, let's go ahead and put them up, man, because I want to get you guys' opinions on them. So let's put them up on your screen right there. So there we go, guys. We got the Air Jordan Showcase, okay, from back in the day. Again, you can see it for yourself close up and personals. Definitely got that old school retro style and appeal, as I stated before. I do like the Jordan badge that comes across the little foam panel that goes on the side panel of the shoe. That looks pretty cool. You got some air hole vents as well on the side panel. As far as the leather, that is tumbled leather, guys, coming in white, so that's pretty cool. You know, I'm not going to really complain about that too much. You can see some stitching as well on top of the shoe where the eyelids are. You've got, look like some type of a chromed out, or I'm not sure what that is, where the shoestring is at the top, but that's a nice little chrome piece, we'll call it that, that they put on the top of the shoe. And you can see more of that soft to the touch blue foam pad, again, that they kind of wrapped around the ankle support of the shoe. What it does look like to me, guys, is that these joints is probably low top, okay? It doesn't look like a mid top shoe, it doesn't look like a high top shoe. It definitely looks like a low top to me. So obviously, if you've been following the channel for a while, you know I'm not a big fan of low top shoes because you just don't have ankle support, okay? But these joints might be for you, okay? The midsole looks pretty clean. You know, it has sort of a modern look to it, and I always say that because it's coming in white. Now, on the front where the toe box areas, guys, you got more individual stitching. It looks like you do have a Jordan Jumpman logo plastered on the front right there. And then that little pad that the logo's sitting on, it looks like it could be the same foam material that they're using on the side panels. It's just coming in a different color. You got like a little silver or chrome strip, not sure exactly what that is. It's really, really thin. It just kind of comes from the back heel base of the shoe across the midsole and comes all the way in front of the toe box area. That looks good. And then you got a little bit of a material change as well. Talking about right underneath the toe box area on the front of the midsole, guys, when you got the Jordan badge. Now, you notice how that Carolina blue carries over to the bottom of the shoe there, but they didn't use the foam on the midsole of the shoe. It looks like they used some sort of I don't know if that's plastic or if that's rubber. I can't really confirm it as of yet, okay? So that's pretty much, guys, you know, the overall style of the shoe. So what do you guys think about that? I mean, I don't know if it's a shoe specifically for me, but you know, you guys may be wanting to rock these joints. I'm not sure. All right. So now let's look at the top image of the shoe real quick. Let's put them up on your screen right there. Now, what I do like, guys, about the interior portion of the shoe, you got the Carolina blue shoe liner that does carry over from the out portion of the shoe to the inner portion of the shoe. And then you do have the Jordan Jumpman logo right there. Now, I noticed something extremely weird about this logo, guys. Now, I'm not going to question the authenticity of this shoe because it is a Jordan shoe. And I'm only saying that too because there's a lot of fakes out there. So I have to be safe to assume that these joints is not fake. But if you guys look on the right side of your screen with the left shoe, if you look how the Jordan Jumpman logo is set into the shoe, that's typically the normal way that the Jordan brand puts that symbol into the shoe. Now, take a look at the left side of your shoe or the right shoe, guys. Look at how the Jordan Jumpman logo is vastly different, okay? I'm not sure if that's a defect, okay, coming from the manufacturer, okay? Maybe the Jordan brand didn't catch that in time, I'm not sure. Or maybe that was a design change that they wanted to go with these particular shoes. I'm not sure, but things like that really bother me, and I know some people probably say, hey, you know, it's the inner portion of the shoe. Nobody's going to see that, but the fact of the matter is, if you buy the shoe, you're going to see it, and this is things that you have to really pay attention to. You have to question things like that because that doesn't look authentic to me, okay? But you guys let me know what you think, all right? Now, I do like, besides the fact of that, you got the inner portion of the shoe as well coming in like that navy blue. Okay, and that same navy blue colorway actually carries onto the back of the tongue as well, so I like that. Now the tongue's a little bit different, guys. I mean, you got kind of like a braille look to it. You see the little silver beads that's on the front of the tongue, so that's a little bit different. And again, we got to keep in mind that these shoes is basically from 20 years ago, so they're keeping that same old school retro style and appeal that I said before. So that may be the reason why they look the way that they look. I mean, obviously they're going to look exactly how they did 20 years ago. So the Jordan style and the Jordan brand of these shoes has definitely changed in the last 2 decades, all right? But you got white shoestrings there. You got white eyelids. You got the air hole vents inside the tongue as well. Now, guys, you can see the toe box area just a little bit more clear. You got the Jordan Jumpman logo plastered right there once again, like I said before. And looks like you got some navy blue pads, okay, that the Jordan Jumpman logo is sitting on. And you can see more of that tumbled leather. All right, guys. So again, you know, like I said, you know, that Jordan Jumpman logo on the inner portion of that shoe definitely looks a little funky to me. It looks a little weird. You guys let me know what you think about that. But like I said, it's a lot of fakes out here, and you know, you just definitely got to be careful. All right. So let's flip it around real quick, man. I said real quick, and let's see what we're working with on the back of the shoe. All right, so here it is right there on your screen, man. Not a lot to talk about here. You know, you can definitely see at the top portion of the shoe, guys, you got more of that blue foam pad material that wraps around the ankle support. Not mad at that. As far as the leather is concerned, looks good. More of that white tumbled leather. I'm a big fan of white tumbled leather. I mean, I think it's a good looking leather. The thing is, I think the Air Jordan 12s also come with not only pebbled leather, but it has tumbled leather on the upper of that shoe as well. So tumbled leather looks pretty good because it has kind of that like a wrinkled look to it. So that's pretty cool. Now, the star of the show on these shoes, guys, is obviously the very back of the shoe where the heel base is. Now, you already can see just how retro these joints is, man. It's almost kind of laughable, guys. I hate to say that on camera here, man, but if you guys look at the design at the bottom, now you got the Jordan Jumpman logo plastered into the inner portion of the circle coming in black. That looks good, okay? But aesthetically, look what they did. Now, you got basically skip buttons on the back of the shoe, okay? You got your skip forward button on the right side. You got your skip back button on the back side of the shoe, okay? I'm not sure whose design this was. I'm not sure whose idea this was 2 decades ago, but like I said, this is what I'm talking about. when I say that, you know, they really showing the age of these shoes and the retro design, okay? I mean, it almost looks kind of, you know, like cartoonish, man. I mean, it just doesn't look like something that really should be worn today in today's sneaker culture. I mean, like I said, if you want to keep it old school, I don't see nothing wrong with that. But I'm just not feeling those skip buttons, man, on the back of the shoes, okay? Now, obviously, they're not real buttons. It's just for design. But I'm just saying, it just, to me, doesn't look right, okay? And then where the white tumble leather is, they just kept that bare. I mean, you should have put a Nike Air badge or something back there to kind of, you know what I'm saying, guys, make it more appealing, you know what I'm saying? But to each his own. Like I said, you guys may like these joints, y'all may want to rock them, but for me, you know, it's a definite turn on. But like I said, we're talking about 2 decades ago, man, 20 years ago, okay? 2000. I mean, this is what you get, okay? Now, like I said, they decided to keep it authentic. Now, they could have changed it up a little bit to try to appeal to, like I said, today's sneakerheads, but this is for the sneakerheads and the sneaker culture back then, okay? These is what was popping, but like I said, today, I just don't think it's gonna fly, man. But like I said, y'all may feel a little different, all right? Now, let's take one last look at these joints, man. We're gonna look at the bottom or the outsole of the shoe, and let's put them up on the screen right there. So here it is, man. You know, pretty plain Jane. I mean, it's not really too much to talk about there. Again, it does have a very old school retro style look to them. The back heel base coming in black. It's got a Jordan badge sitting right there. The middle portion of the shoe does have a white Jumpman logo right there with the little blue circle. And then you got more of the Carolina blue that, excuse me guys, that kind of carries over to the back heel base of the shoe. All right. So that is pretty much it, man, for this particular reveal of the Air Jordan showcases. Again, guys, keep in mind that these are from 20 years ago, 2 decades ago. And like I said, the sneaker culture was definitely different back then. A lot of people probably wasn't feeling them back then, and I just can't see a lot of people feeling them now. But again, I could be wrong. You might have some people that's going to rock these joints on day one. You just never know, okay? But honestly, for me, I don't think it's worth adding to my particular collection. But again, you guys may feel different, all right? As far as retro shoes is concerned, I have no problem with retro shoes. You know, I did make a video, guys. I talked about the Grant Hill 2s. And you guys know the Grant Hill 2s came on like 25 years ago. We talking about like 1995. So I was already talking about adding those to the collection. Not necessarily to wear. Those were going to be more so just to add to the sneaker collection because it was something that I wanted, you know, back when I was in school, you know, 25 years ago. We talking about like elementary school, okay? So I always wanted a pair of those Grant Hill 2s. I have the website, so I just haven't got around to ordering them joints yet. But those retros, yeah, I would definitely get, okay? But some of the retros, I'm just not feeling, all right? But if y'all got any comments and questions, man, y'all leave it down below like y'all always do. You know I'm good for that, man. I do respond. You know, I'm not so high up on the pedestal. I'm a human being like y'all, man. So if you ask me a question, I'm gonna respond to you. Because that's what you're supposed to do, all right? Also, guys, make sure y'all like, share, and hit the subscribe button on your way out the door. I would definitely appreciate that, all right? So thank you guys for tuning in. Until the next time, have a good one.